by the dictator that we have to do it. You have listened to our participants. One solace one can take is the fact that the government is trying to liberalize economy and trying to take care of the concerns that are there. Let us hope that the opposition parties and the media also understand what is going on, and then there can be a healthy debate rather than all rating-driven psychobabble that one sees on television. This is today's program. Thank you very much for watching us. Take care.
Share the setting course now. Pull up now. citizens, stand by for bombers. 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 Now.
Good afternoon, Assalamu alaikum. You're watching PTV. Well, I'm Fahim Bangish.
And I'm Meher Sher. Let's start off with the headlines. Over 24 injured as a string of explosions rocked Brussels airport and a city metro station. Belgium raises the terror threat to its highest level. Security tightened in major European cities as world leaders condemn the deadly attacks in the Belgian capital. President Mamnoon Hussein and Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif condemn deadly attacks in Brussels, say world must unite in the fight against terrorism. Government announces trade policy. Commerce Minister Khurram Dastagir says export target set at $35 billion by 2018. Speaker National Assembly constitutes a 10-member committee to review 6 bills, including one related to PIA, to be presented in the joint session of Parliament. Senior politician of Azad Kashmir, Sardar Sikandar Hayat, meets Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif in Islamabad and discusses matters of mutual interest. Nation celebrates Pakistan Day tomorrow. Military parade in Islamabad will be the main event of the day. Pakistan takes on New Zealand in a crucial match of ICC World T20 in Mohali today. PTV Sports will telecast the match live from 7 p.m. 12 people die in 2 incidents of roof collapse in Charsada and Marakand. Polling is in progress for by-election in National Assembly constituency. NA 101 Gujranwala.
Now for the news in detail. A string of explosions rocked Brussels airport and a city metro station, killing at least 28 people and injuring over 24 in apparently coordinated attacks. 2 explosions targeted the main hall of Zaventem airport around 8 a.m. local time, with the third hitting the Malbeek metro station near the European Union's main buildings just as commuters were making their way to work in rush hour. There were chaotic scenes at the airport as passengers fled in panic, with a thick plume of smoke rising from the main terminal building. The blast smashed the windows of the departure hall and sent ceiling tiles shattering to the floor. Witnesses told the Belgian news agency there had been shots and shouts in Arabic before the blast at the airport on the northwest outskirts of Brussels. At Malbeek station, at least 15 people were bloodied. Faces are being treated by emergency services on the pavement. The explosions triggered a transport shutdown in the city that is home to the headquarters of both the EU and NATO. Flights were halted with metro, tram and bus services all suspended. Interior Minister announced that Belgium's terror threat had been raised from 3 to a maximum of 4, and the country's National Security Council was due to meet. Airports in a string of cities across Europe swiftly announced they were boosting security, including in London, Paris, Frankfurt, Amsterdam, Copenhagen and Prague. The bloodshed comes days after the dramatic arrest in Brussels on Friday of Salah Abdeslam, the prime suspect in the Paris terror attacks, claimed by the Islamic State group that killed 130 people in November, after 4 months on the run.
And now we have online with us Ambassador Nagmana Hashmi. Yes, Ms. Hashmi, do you have any details, perhaps, on on any Pakistani casualties in these two horrific attacks that have struck the Belgian capital this morning?
Assalamu alaikum. Let me just update you on the facts a little bit. Actually, there were 7 attacks. There were 2 at the Brussels International Airport this morning, and then there were 4 on 2 metro stations, one near the European Parliament and the other near the European Commission offices, and then there was a 7th one that just happened 5 minutes ago near the King's Palace. So in total there are 7 attacks. So far, some people are saying 28, the other are saying 31 people dead and more than 100 injured. But to our information, and we are in touch with the Belgian security agencies and also in touch with our community leaders and the media representatives here, there is, thank God, so far no news of any Pakistani origin person either dead or injured.
Right, and also, Ms. Hashmi, I know this is probably a very shocking event for you being there. Now, what are your thoughts on this terrible attack, and what is the status of security in Belgium?
Well, it is very unfortunate to say the least, and as you know, we condemn terrorism in all its forms and manifestations wherever it takes place. Our Prime Minister has already issued a statement on this, and as you are aware, Belgium has been in a state of high alert for almost 6 months now. It was reduced to level 3, which was orange, but now after these 7 attacks of today, the threat level has again been raised to level 4, which is the highest. So as we speak, the Brussels International Airport is in a state of complete shutdown. The entire metro system of Brussels is in a state of shutdown, and people have been advised to stay at home and not to gather in large numbers for any occasion. So this is the state of affairs that is unfolding in Brussels today, which is the heart of Europe.
All right, thank you so much for joining us, Ms. Hashmi. That was Nagmana Hashmi, the Pakistani ambassador to Belgium, and she was talking to us about these unfortunate attacks that have taken place, and she has received information that there were not 2 attacks, rather there were 7, 2 at the airport, 4 on 2 metro stations, and 1 near the King's Palace. And there is conflicting information on the casualties so far, but what we have at PTV World for you is that 28 people have been killed in these blasts at Brussels Airport and the metro station. And what Ms. Nagmana Hashmi has told us is that there are so far no reports of any Pakistani casualties in today's terrible attacks. And as you viewers know, Belgium was under high alert for security for the past 6 months, especially in the aftermath of the Paris attacks and with the arrest of Salah Abdeslam last Friday. But now that alert has of course risen to 4, which is the highest level of security threat, and the status of security is very high in Belgium. Of course, with the arrest of the mastermind in the Paris attack, Salah Abdeslam. It seems these explosions may be connected to that. We will, of course, continue to update you as more details surface from this developing story. A tragic and sad day for Belgium and, of course, for the rest of the world. As you all know, Pakistan condemns terrorism in all its forms and manifestations. The Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif and President Mamnoon Hussain have both issued statements and condemned this terrible, terrible attack in Belgium. As you know, our country supports counterterrorism operations around the world and condemns terrorism in all its forms and manifestations. Now, so far what we have for you is that 28 have been killed as blasts hit Brussels airport and the metro. According to Ms. Nagmana Hashmi, 2 blasts occurred at the airport, 4 on 2 metro stations, and 1 near the King's Palace. So in total, 7 blasts occurred in Belgium. An unfortunate morning in Belgium. The bloodshed came days after the dramatic arrest in Brussels on Friday of Salah Abdeslam, the prime suspect in the Paris terror attacks claimed by the Islamic State group that killed 130 people in November after 4 months on the run.
Now, the world community has strongly reacted to the terrorist attacks in the Belgian capital. EU President Donald Tusk said these attacks mark another low by the terrorists in the service of hatred and violence. Sweden's Prime Minister branded the blasts an attack against democratic Europe. British Premier David Cameron tweeted that his country would do everything that they can to help, and announced that Britain's Cobra Security Committee would meet on Tuesday. Russian President Vladimir Putin said the blasts show once more that terrorism knows no borders and threatens people all over the world. He said the fight against this evil requires vital international cooperation.
And of course, Pakistan has condemned the terrorist attacks in the Belgian capital, Brussels. President Mamnoon Hussain and Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif said the world must put up a joint resistance and fight against terrorism. In their statement, they said no religion allows the barbaric and inhuman acts of killing fellow human beings. The Foreign Office in Islamabad also issued a statement condemning the deadly attacks in Brussels.
A 10-member parliamentary committee has been formed to review and prepare a report about the bills referred to them during the joint parliamentary session. A motion to refer the bills was moved by Finance Minister Ishaq Dar. The committee has been constituted to discuss and give collective suggestions for modifying the bills if needed.
A committee on bills consisting of the following members be elected: Senator Mushahidullah Khan, Senator Mir Hasil Khan Bazinjo, Senator Saeed Ghani, MNA Janab Zahid Ahmed, MNA Janab Shahid Khan Abbasi, MNA Janab Khurram Dastagir Khan, MNA Janab Sayyid Naveed Kamar, MNA Janab Asad Umar, MNA Janab Dr. Muhammad Farooq Sattar, MNA Janab Maulana Fazlur Rahman. The committee shall finalize its report by the 7th of April 2016 on the bills referred to it today, i.e. 22nd of March 2016. The Honourable Speaker is authorised to make such changes in the composition of the committee on bills as and when required.
The Pakistan International Airlines Corporation Conversion Bill 2016, Civil Servant Amendment Bill 2014, the Anti-Rape Criminal Law Amendment Bill, the Immigration Amendment Bill, Anti-Honour Killing Amendment Bill and Privatisation Commission Amendment Bill have been referred to the committee. The committee will report back on the said bills by 7th of next month. The joint sitting has been adjourned to meet again on the 11th of April.
Senior politician of Azad Kashmir, Sardar Sikandar Hayat, met Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif in Islamabad. They discussed matters of mutual interest.
Moreover, a target of $35 billion has been set for Pakistan's exports in the next financial year. This was stated by Minister for Trade Khurram Dastagir while announcing new trade policy at a news conference in Islamabad. So global economy is undergoing deep recession, and reduction in the exports of China has direct implications for Pakistan. The minister said trade facilitation, institutional development, market accessibility and sophistication of the products are the basis of the new trade policy. He said the government is offering 20% support to the local manufacturers for modernization of their industrial units. Khurram Dastagir added the government has planned to upgrade and modernize Pakistani products of fans, surgical instruments and cutlery. He said exporters are to be facilitated for access to the European markets and the European Union. All facilities are to be offered to the agriculture sector. A new trend of analysis and research are to be introduced in this regard. The minister said trade diplomacy is part of the new policy that was introduced by Prime Minister Sharif with increased links with Central Asian republics. He said various new measures are to be announced during the upcoming visit of the Iranian president to Pakistan. He said trade agreements with Turkey are also to be expanded, while talks are underway with South Korea, Thailand and other countries in the region. The minister further said trade links with Afghanistan and Russia are also to be enhanced, and Pakistan is to hold industrial exhibitions in various parts of the world. He said tax concessions and further incentives to exporters are to be offered, while ministries of railways, ports and shippings are to extend maximum support to the exporters.
In other news, the nation will celebrate the 76th anniversary of Pakistan Day tomorrow against a backdrop of impressive successes by the armed forces and law enforcement agencies in the fight against terrorism. The operation has greatly improved the security environment in the country, paving the way for economic recovery and political stability. The traditional military parade will be the hallmark of celebrations. The parade will be held at Parade Ground near Shakar Darya in Islamabad. All preparations have been finalized for the parade. A full dress rehearsal was also held.
As part of the preparations for Pakistan Day Parade, full dress rehearsal was held at the parade venue. Contingents of Pakistan Army, Navy, Air Force, Frontier Corps, Northern Light Infantry, Mujahid Force, Islamabad Police, Tri-Services Lady Officers, Tri-Services Armed Forces Nursing Service, Girls Guide, Boy Scouts, Special Services Group from 3 services, Mechanized Columns of Armored Corps, Artillery, Army Air Defense, Signals, Engineers, Army Strategic Force Command, Camel Band and President's Bodyguard participated in the parade. Fighter aircrafts of Pakistan Air Force, Pakistan Navy and helicopters of Army Aviation took part in the rehearsal for the final day. Aerobatics of PAF Sherdil team and JF-17 Thunder and F-16 took part in the full dress rehearsal. Skydivers of the 3 services also put in place for the twin cities of Islamabad and Rawalpindi. Mobile services have been suspended till late afternoon and alternative traffic arrangements have been made for full dress rehearsal as well as the 23rd March.
And moving on, in a do-or-die match of ICC World T20, Pakistan will take on New Zealand today in Mohali. PTV Sports will telecast the match live from 7 p.m. today. The Green Shirts will be eagerly looking to ensure the painful defeat to India as a distant past when they run into informed Kiwis. Pakistan are coming into the Group 2 Super 10 game having suffered a 6-wicket loss against arch rivals India. In their opening match, they defeated Bangladesh by 55 runs. On the other hand, the New Zealanders are on a roll with 2 wins over hosts India and Australia, making them one of the strongest contenders to lift the coveted trophy. Another win will give them a place in the knockout stages of the mega event. However, batting is an area of concern for New Zealand, and Pakistani pacers would look to capitalize on that. New Zealand are perched on top of Group 2 with 4 points, followed by Pakistan and India on 2 each from as many games. Pakistan, however, will have to contend with a few injury worries. The team doctor has said that Mohammad Hafiz could miss the match after a bone contusion in his femur. Fast bowler Wahab Riaz was hit in the neck region by a throw at practice and had to visit the hospital. He was assessed by a neurologist who said that the bowler was normal and the fitness of both players will be assessed on Tuesday afternoon.
Herself. She's gone through a difficult time. She's shared her experiences. She's written about.
Polling is in progress for by-election in NA 101 Gujranwala. The PMLN has fielded Justice retired Iftikhar Ahmed Chima as its candidate against PTI's Mohammad Ahmed Chatta. According to Election Commission, 262 polling stations, including 43 for males, 43 for females, and 176 combined, have been established in the constituency. Pak Army troops have been deployed in and outside sensitive polling stations to avoid any untoward incident.
I don't know.
Well, the death toll in Tandu Muhammad Khan from consuming toxic liquor during the Hindu festival of Holi has risen to 20, with 9 more fell unconscious. 3 women are also among the dead. The affected people have been admitted to district headquarters hospital in Tandu Muhammad Khan and civil hospital in Hyderabad. Inspector General Sindh Police has taken notice of the incident and sought report from the concerned police officials.
Very nice. Beautiful.
Unfortunately, as many as 12 people were killed in the similar incidents of roof collapse in Malakand and Charsada. The incident in Charsada occurred in Harichan area where 7 members of the family died and 3 were injured. The dead included 4 women and 2 children. In a similar incident in Badraga area of Malakand, 5 family members, including 4 women and a child, lost their lives. 3 people were injured.
The National Disaster Management Authority has sent a special team and a helicopter to Chitral to extend help in the recovery of bodies of 7 people trapped under an avalanche. Pakistan Army Frontier Corps and the local administration are busy in the recovery of the dead bodies. 9 people, including 8 students, came under an avalanche in the Gleamabad area of Chitral on 19th of this month. 2 bodies have so far been recovered.